Hear ye, hear ye. Chambers County Commissioner Court come to order. Honorable Deputy Sylvia presiding.
Chambers County Commissioner Court come to order. This regular meeting of the court, Tuesday, August 26, 2025. 9:30 a.m. It's now 9:36 a.m. You'll all rise.
Nope.
Dwayne, you're going to have to open the prayer, please.
Let us bow our heads. Thank you, Lord, for bringing us together again to do the business of the people of Chambers County. Guide the leadership of this county as they make decisions that are best for all the people here. Please remain and help those that are struggling, those that have experienced loss, those that are recovering from loss, those that are healing from injuries, those that are looking for a brighter future. Allow this body to be the hope and direction for the future of this county. And in your son's name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dwayne. Show me some pledges.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. All right, I have one citizen comment. Reverend Dennis, you want to come up? And we'll go ahead and go to that item 1.2. Aaron, yeah, would you?
Just stay there, Reverend.
Well, we'll probably won't take a picture. Thank you. All right, 1.2, discuss and consider proclamation proclaiming the month of September as Deaf Awareness Month in Chambers County, Texas. Reverend.
Good morning, Judge Sylvia, Commissioners. Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to thank you this morning for again for this proclamation proclaiming Deaf Awareness Month in Chambers County, Texas. And people should be aware of only one thing, that the only difference between a hearing person and a deaf person, a hard of hearing person, is that the deaf cannot hear, or we cannot hear very well, and that's the only difference. We're like everybody else in every single way. I just wanted to thank you.
Okay, we're going to present you the resolution in just a minute if you want to get a picture with us.
Yes.
Okay. Aaron, if you'll help me get through here. We'll go ahead and read it. We're going to read it this time. Good.
Proclamation declaring the month of September as Deaf Awareness Month. Whereas the deaf population of Chambers County includes a wide range of individuals, from those who were born profoundly deaf and use American Sign Language as a primary means of communication to those with a degree of hearing loss from sickness, accidents, including veterans and first responders protecting our country that use hearing aids or other forms of amplifications and communication modes. And whereas the purpose of the Deaf Awareness Month is to increase the general public's knowledge of the issues and the culture of the people who are deaf, hard of hearing. And whereas this is an opportunity to promote equal access to information and services for the deaf and individuals in Chambers County, and to inform the public about the misconceptions of being deaf. And whereas it is an opportunity to learn about the types of educational programs, support services, and resources available in Chambers County for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Now therefore be it proclaimed that Chambers County Commissioners Court hereby declares the month of September as Deaf Awareness Month, and encourage community leaders and businesses to foster opportunities for persons which are deaf or with other disabilities, so they are better able to participate in our community and workforce. Thank you very much.
Motion by Commissioner Tice.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gore. And all those are in favor? Come on up. There you go. Aaron. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. So my granddaughter is taking sign language in school. And dude, she comes
get it?
home. Yeah. And then she comes home and teaches Cody. You know, Cody just turned 11. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, so both of them are gonna be fully,
So, that's good morning.
That's our morning. That's how our mornings been.
Good morning, Doug.
that was my morning.
Bring your dog.
All right, 1.3, yeah, I'm staying in order here for at least for a moment. 1.3, discuss, consider, update Chambers County purchasing policy, increasing the competitive bidding threshold of 100,000 per SB number 1173, as well as increasing the minimum purchase amount to be brought to Commissioner's Court to 15,000. George.
Yes, sir, Judge, I'm gonna let Chris speak.
Chris.
We updated the purchasing policy to reflect the Senate bill.
Is that working?
No, I think it is. So we updated the policy just to reflect that Senate bill. We'll be able to go up to 100,000 now without doing competitive bidding. It'll save time. Probably should have split these into two, I guess, because the 15,000 is not related to that bill. That's more just our internal. So instead of having everything over 5,000 on court, we'll do 15. It'll just kind of clean up consent, have a little less. We had a lot. Yeah, I think last court there was about 14 things that would have been not need to be on consent anymore.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tyson. It's been 20+ years, Commissioner. What'd I say?
Sorry, you can ignore me, Judge. It's fine.
Commissioner Dagley. Well, y'all kind of look alike. All right, motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tyson. Any questions?
When's that going into effect?
September 1.
You include that in your motion?
5 days.
Second.
5 days. Yes, sir.
No,
So we got amended motion second.
Yes.
Take effective September 1, that's actually when the law goes into effect.
I was just gonna,
Yes, sir.
that's long.
All right, those in favor?
Uh,
Opposed, motion carries. Terry Brown's 10:30. Financial 2.1, discuss and consider request from Barbara Hill ISD. 140,819.41, Anahuac ISD 27,745.82, East Chambers ISD 27,870.88, Goose Creek ISD 33,945.31 from permanent school fund withdrawals. Aaron, Nikki.
Before you, we have submitted on behalf of the committee the annual request for my school districts for their permanent school fund distributions. And we recommend approval.
second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Hammond.
Look at you.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 2.2, discuss and consider 2025 youth project show, Ranch Rodeo and Scholarship Fund audit report. Aaron.
Yes, good morning, Judge. I'll let kind of Kaylin talk through it. She's the one who kind of worked on the audit this year.
Good morning. So first I want to thank Sam and Robbie. They put in a lot of their time to make improvements and strengthen their financial processes for the Youth Project Show. So as of 8 a.m. this morning, there was an outstanding balance of $166,128 left to be paid. And that's from invoices from buyers from the show. And so the main findings that were noted included discrepancies with add-ons and purchases and payments that were entered into fair entry. There were funds that were recorded into the wrong Encode accounts. And so we recommend the department do weekly reconciliations But other than those findings, there were a lot of improvements this year. And I know that Sam and Robbie are working hard to do even better next year. So, yeah, that was it on that. So they're still collecting payments for invoices, but like I said, there's not much left to collect. So they've done a good job at doing that.
Yeah, a lot better than last year for sure.
Yes.
More, just the procedures and things like that, but you know, those can be fixed, so overall, good product.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Gagnon. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Great job, Sam, can you hear me?
They're not
You're not here.
Better
None
get
of
a
you?
little bit louder.
Well, I see Miss Gagerfest is here, let's go down to 5.3, discuss, consider authorizing Texas Gatorfest to utilize Chambers County property and parking lots along Airport Road as overflow parking during the event dates of September 12th and 14th in case of inclement weather.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Ty. Any questions? Look forward to a good Gatorfest. Those in favor? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, those are, yeah, let's go 5-1.
So we voted on this one or
We voted, it's great. Sorry. 5-1, discuss, consider authorizing closure of Frost Road, Canerum Road, Oak Road, and the portion of Oliver Road above the hill at Fort Allen Lake Park, midnight on Thursday, September 4th through 7 p.m. on Sunday, September 14th, for Texas Gator Fest 2025. Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 5.2, discuss and consider closure of boat ramps at Fort Allen Lake Park, midnight on Thursday, September 11th, through 7 p.m. on Sunday, September 14th, Texas Gator Fest.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Tice, second by Commissioner Hammond. Any questions?
Judge, just to make sure the court is aware, we still haven't received their insurance, but we usually get it the week before Gatorfest, just making sure while she's here. Yeah. Yeah.
You renewed on the
Okay.
first?
Thank you,
Okay.
thank
Those in
you.
favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Now I got them all. Thank you, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
And June, we're on 10 also, sorry.
You on,
Oh.
Ryan, is Ryan out there?
Right here, so.
Sneak in there.
Hiding in the alcove.
All right, we'll go, stay here, Ryan.
Oh.
Where's Jeff?
Can't leave, Ryan.
It's a 10 o'clock public hearing.
Okay. 19-1, certified emergency manager, Ryan Oldapple and Jeff Schoen. Congratulations. Ryan, you wanna tell us about that?
So it's a certification from the International Association of Emergency Managers. I've actually had it since 2010. You have to renew on a 5-year basis. There he is. And so there's a lot of requirements. One of them is that you have to have a 4-year degree, and then you have to complete certain training requirements. The application package itself it probably weeds a lot of people out. But anyway, it's a tested certification. So there's actually tests they give that you have to go take in person. And so anyway, we just want to let y'all know that we're doing our part to try to stay on top of our game with emergency management.
Any idea how many certified emergency managers there are in the state of Texas?
In the state of Texas, I'm not sure.
Probably not many.
Yeah, there's not. But it's a nationwide organization, and we're also we're able to get our Texas emergency manager through the Texas Association of Emergency Managers as well, because we possessed that when we were able to meet their requirements and do an equivalency on that, so we obtained both of those.
Good job.
And when TDM comes out with something else, we'll obtain that. We're not worried about it.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, 2.3, discuss, consider airport mosquito control review report. Aaron.
I'll let Cameron take this one too, Jeff.
Okay. Good morning. So we conducted a review of the airport and mosquito control department, and the main finding was that there were two still dated checks found that were not kept in a locked box or a safe. So we recommend that the department utilize a locked box in their drawers or a safe to keep these collections in until they're deposited. And then all the deposits should be made within 5 business days once the collection is received. So that was the main 2 findings for this one.
Aaron, anything?
No, sir, that's it.
All right, entertain a motion to accept the
So moved.
motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Gore. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Road and Bridge. Zach, you out there? 3.1, discuss and consider partial vacation of Phase 4, Cherry Point Ranchette, Section 2, and set a public hearing September 23rd at 10 a.m. for discussion and action.
I'm gonna let Brad take this one because he's been the one working on this.
Good morning. Hey, Brad.
Morning,
Morning,
Brad.
guys. Good morning, commissioners.
Good morning, Brad.
Brad?
I'm gonna do my best to decipher this, and make everybody understand. So, back in 86, 89, we had a subdivision, Cherry Point Ranchettes. At the time, it was, there was no city limits of Mont Bellevue in that area. So it was unincorporated, it was Chambers County. We've got a plat on it, it's filed, it's recorded. Now, certain aspects of it, certain portions have not been developed, lots have not been created, roads have not been built. West Chambers County Development Co., they own part of Cherry Point Ranchettes, Section 2, Phase 4. Sorry, there's a lot moving parts here. They own half of this. What they want to do is vacate their portion in Phase 4, Section 2, so that St. Augustine subdivision, Section 4 can come through there, okay? Now, I've talked to the city, they have no objection. There's no roads, they're not there's nothing to maintain. It's just on paper that this plat has been developed. So, usually there's a man in the box over there who would tell me what we need to do, how we need to do it. But this is a bit of a curveball because they're asking to vacate part of a phase of a platted subdivision. Y'all follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the other half of this phase is owned by the Siegelmans. Not sure if y'all know them, but they own the other half. Again, there's no lots that have been sold. They just own, it's all, if you drove out there, you probably wouldn't know it's a subdivision. So that is what West Chambers County Development Co. is asking the county, even though now it's in the city, it's kind of a, how do we handle this? So that's what they're asking, to vacate their portion of Phase 4 of Section 2, Cherry Point.
Ranchette.
Ranchette, yes, sir. Yeah.
Have you had any guidance from the man that used to sit over there?
Get with the city, and but they have no objection.
Okay.
Yeah, but the tricky part is that it's half of it. It's not the entire. I could see vacating the entire phase where it hasn't been developed, but I don't know that they've been in contact with the Siegelmans to get this vacated. I don't know what interest in they would have to not vacate it unless they wanted to maybe develop it. I'm not sure. But
Who filed the plat, right?
Sir?
Who filed the plat? West Chambers County or the city?
No. Well, the plat was filed back in '86 with Spears.
West Chambers County Development.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Right.
And they're the ones that want to vacate it.
Yes, sir. They do. But again, the Siegelmans, they currently own property in that phase. They own half of that phase.
But we're only vacating
Portion
West
of,
vacate their portion.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dwayne, have you looked at this?
No.
Well, all we're doing is set it for a public hearing, so, correct?
I just kinda wanna set the table, what, as confusing as it is, what we're asking, what they're asking, and, between now and the 23rd, our public hearing, we're gonna have more information, definitely gonna get Bobby involved in this, but, I just don't know, and that's the thing, because now it's in the city, that's local government code 212, not 232, which it was, at the time, it was 232, so we need.
Yeah, we need
legal
Dwayne to
team.
weigh in.
Yes, sir.
And we probably need to contact the
Yeah.
Siegelmans or
Siegelman's?
Siegelman?
Yeah, that's what, I don't know why the, West James, County, they haven't reached out to them, or if they have, they haven't made it known to me.
And the CAD map reflects a different plat, so I'm thinking the CAD map reflects what St. Augustine wants to do, because it matches up with their subdivision, so I'd like to know that for the
It
public hearing.
is, that's exactly, in
Is
fact,
that
I
right?
went to, yes, I got with Tiffany,
Yeah.
Muniz last week, and we got this situated.
Yeah, because the CAD map is different than the survey on the.
So what's online,
Yeah.
that's been that was corrected, it's not corrected there online. It doesn't reflect what's on the ground, but in-house, at the CAD,
They have a new map.
they can provide that, yes,
It's on Land Glide, so.
yes.
The new map is, it aligns perfectly with St. Augustine subdivision,
Exact-
so
that's-
I'm assuming the new plan is that we can see, I would like to see the new plan for section 4, which I think is online, so I just wanna confirm that.
The new plan for section 4 probably is not.
Okay, well.
Now, I've got that here, which, again, it does line up, obviously, no coincidence with their, the portion that they wanna vacate.
Okay.
So I think we get legal, and Bobby involved,
Yeah.
but the city, they have no objection. Because, I think because at the time it was platted and recorded through the county.
All right, need a motion to set for a public hearing, September 23rd, 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond,
Second.
second by Commissioner Dagley. Any other questions, comments? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Brad.
Thank y'all.
All right, Round said there are only 2,817 certified CEMs. They don't give a breakdown by state. But we have the best two in the country. Right?
Thank you, Ryan. Yes.
Of course, I did hire one of them, and then he hired the other. Right?
Whatever you say, sir.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
I'm bragging on you.
Okay, yes, it's true then.
But I patted myself on the back because I hired you.
Oh, yeah, you did real good.
Thank you. All right, we still got 2 minutes before the public hearing.
Oh, okay.
All right, 4.1, discuss and consider accepting an interlocal agreement between Chambers County, Texas, Anahuac Independent School District, Trinity Bay Conservation District, Chambers County Public Hospital District Number 1, for dispersing funds collected for lease for CO2 on 21.121 acre tract of land situated in the T and NORR County section. Must've been an attorney put this on. Number 67, abstract number 245, Chambers County, Texas. Placing same in the records of Chambers County Commissioners Court.
Morning.
Morning.
I was gonna say, Dwayne, have you been working on this one? Because I know Bobby was working on it. Or Nathan as
Nathan.
well. Okay.
Yeah. Morning, Nathan. Will?
Morning, thank you.
Morning, Counselor.
Good morning, good morning. This is a result of the Oxy CO2 sequestration lease that the county entered into. There was a piece of land that was part of that deal that was owned not only by the county but by other taxing entities. We've received the money, we need to disperse it. So the interlocal agreement just sets forth what percentages everybody is to receive out of the money that we've already received from Oxy. We're gonna shoot that money out in accordance with this agreement. And then if there's ever any injection fees that are paid on this particular piece of property, the injection fees will be paid in the ratios set forth in this interlocal agreement. Everybody signed, I believe, and approved this on the taxing entity standpoint, and I think it just awaits Chambers County approval.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Taft. Questions? Hearing none, those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you.
4.2, discuss and consider approving Musco Sports Lighting LLC for lighting at Chambers Parkway, Cypher Complex, amount of $99,850. Zach?
Yes. I was gonna say, so this is just a procure must go for the sports lighting. We already had this budgeted. Actually, the budget for this was 1.1 million, so we are under that. Must go is a buy board, so we should be good on Georgia's side.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed?
Get it bought while it's cheap.
Motion carries. Thank you, Zach.
Crazy, man.
Dagley and Tice. 7.1, discuss and consider approving Arnold Construction to provide replacement roofing and new dedicated electrical for single zone mini split HVAC for Dr. Schilling Home, amount of $42,538. Mike, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. So, I have to say, we didn't have a whole lot of people jumping through hoops to try to get us a bid on this. We did have 2 bids. One was with a replacement composite roof. One was with, as shown, the wood shape roof. This does not include what's yet to come from Entergy on their fees. We thought it best. We're not going to rework the electrical in this house. We're gonna basically set up a separate transformer to power up this mini split and not infuse any kind of new higher power juice into the old wiring on that house. So, and this also is, should be coming out of hot funds without being covered.
So, and no wreck and pie on this, gentlemen. I know y'all are looking at that, and that's the reason for it. We don't know where the money was gonna come from. If we're gonna do this, where the money comes from. That's what we need.
Yeah, this wasn't, as far as I recall, this wasn't a budgeted project for 2025.
So we'll have to adjust the budget to,
Yes, sir, you have to move budget. And you have, just to let you know, you have 1.4 million in that fund.
so in the motion, if we approve it, then we need to approve to adjust the budget.
Yes, sir.
Amend the budget. And it's, I know it's a mercy, but, well, I hear the squirrels are eating it.
The squirrels are just.
Problem.
So you're going back with composite?
No.
No.
Cedar shakes.
So what are you gonna do about squirrels?
Guess where everybody gets paid.
Danny, you laughing?
No, sir.
Hey, squirrel season about a month out.
Poor little squirrels.
Hey, smothering gravy.
Be my
ain't too
motion,
bad.
Judge, with a amendment that we amend the budget to take that hot funds.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice. Any other questions?
And I mean, they'll do whatever they can to stop the squirrel from getting in. That's been an ongoing deal for years.
Those in favor?
Alright.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7.2, discuss and consider hiring Tippett Construction for carpet installed in JP6 courtroom, the amount of $10,462.50. Mike?
Yeah, gonna lean on George a little bit for a little help on this one. This actually didn't come through the project.
And again, when we received it, we were under the understanding that it had gone through the projects group, so I need to investigate this one more. If the court likes, please table, let me look into this more on what this is, or if y'all wanna make a call, that's totally up to the court.
Alright, table 7.2. Okay, Ryan, we can go into your public hearing. 10.2, public hearing at 10 a.m. regarding mass gathering permit application for Texas Gator Fest 2025. So it's 10:05, we're going to public hearing at this time, recess out of executive session, regular session. Ryan?
Okay, it's just a standard as required by Health and Safety Code to have a public hearing for anyone for or against the mass gathering.
All right, any public, we are in a public hearing, so is there any public comments? You have 3 minutes to make a public comment. Hearing none, at 10:05, we'll recess out of, we'll adjourn out of the public hearing, go back into regular session. 10.3, discuss, consider approving mass gathering permit application for Texas Gun Fest.
So attached this application packet, we have received input from EMS, from the Sheriff's Office, which put together a very detailed security plan with site plan. We've also put, not in the packet, we have, Emergency Management has put together an incident action plan listing out important contact information, emergency procedures and things like that should they be necessary. So I am requesting, on behalf of the applicant, oh, there she is, to waive the fee because they do receive hot funds, and we typically request that if they're a hot fund recipient, to not then charge them as a county for that.
So moved, Judge.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice, to approve the mass gathering permit and waive the application fee, correct?
Yep.
Any questions?
Are y'all gonna do like y'all did last year and set up kinda like a command center?
Yes, sir.
I know they had some sheriffs staged out there and stuff, so.
We certainly are. We're setting up in proximity. We're gonna have a air-conditioned medical tent and the command center and all of that out there. So we'll have a good presence out there along with the sheriff's office.
Good deal.
And I wanna make sure I get a corn dog and one of those lemonades.
Shoot, yeah.
Alright, somebody make sure Ryan gets corn dog.
That's right. From Corn Dog 7.
Alright, any other questions? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. 10.1, discuss and consider public notification warning system for Chambers County. Ryan?
I'm gonna put this down. I feel like I'm 2 miles away from the microphone. So, since the disasters in Kerr County, there has been some increased inquiry, whether from media, from the public, about what Chambers County does to notify citizens. That was a hot topic with those disasters. So I wanted to share that, a little bit of visual. That way it's on public record and it can be referenced by anyone that wants to look back at it. So one thing I will say that's important to note is that we didn't implement this after recent disasters. We've had this for quite some time, and we were already working on some of the new things we're working on before all of this happened. So it's not a reaction. We just wanted to make sure that we were getting the word out and sharing what we're doing. So we call it Chambers Warns so that regardless of the vendor platform, the name doesn't change. So the vendor platform is actually called Regroup. We've had to change a few times due to different reasons, mainly companies buying the other ones out and consolidating. And so we figured that's confusing if we keep changing the name, so we came up with whatever it is, we call it that. So it's an emergency alert system, obviously. We can notify residents and businesses of critical situations that may impact their safety. So it could be natural disaster, severe weather, hazardous materials, any type of evacuation or shelter in place, or it could be other information that we have to share with them during a time of disaster. So these Jeffrey and Sarah, they well actually I want to thank Sarah. She put together this nice little visual. You know, if I'd have done it, it'd just been a white background with some black text on it. You know, so but they also made this nifty QR code, and so it's very easy. You can just hover your phone over it. You know how that works, and it takes you to the portal to sign up. So something important about signing up, since I mentioned that, we all know that landlines are becoming increasingly less popular. So it's hard for us to reach people on their cell phones unless they register. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. So that's why it's important to sign up. But the other thing about signing up is you can customize what you want to receive. Some people, you can choose whether you want to receive National Weather Service alerts or you don't. So there's a little bit of customization the user can do when they log in there. So You could say, well, I only want to know about tornadoes or these specific things, and you can customize the weather service alert. So by signing up, it gives you the ability to choose some of those things. And I believe we've talked about this in the past, kind of alluded to. We all know we're Chambers County. We're located in between two larger jurisdictions with TV and radio stations. We don't have any of our own, and it's hard to get airtime, so to speak. You know, we release information to the media during times of emergency or disaster, but when we're talking about these big emergencies, you know, like a hurricane is usually the biggest one. Well, we're competing with the larger jurisdictions who, you know, quote unquote, own those stations, or that's their jurisdiction, you know, and so they're going to obviously be a lot of coverage on that, and we're in that viewing area, so people will see that, and sometimes get the misconception that we're not sharing information with the media, which isn't true. It's just a large viewing area between the Houston area and the Beaumont area, so we just need everybody to understand we're trying to provide a localized platform to get official information. Anything we send out will be verified and official. Of course, we always urge everyone to be careful with social media because there'll be any number of speculation and misinformation published on unofficial sites. So pay attention to those official sources.
People wouldn't do that, would they?
No, I yeah, just in case they did, you know, I thought I'd mention it, but it's become something that's very valuable to get the information out, but it's also become so noisy that sometimes people have to try to figure out what's accurate and what's not. So we encourage them to look at the official sources. So essentially, the if we can get the information out as quick as we can, then obviously that's a safer situation for the public. And the thing about Chambers Warns is you see down there at the bottom, you can not only customize the things you want to receive, but you can also choose how you'd like to be notified. So we can simultaneously send phone calls, texts, and emails, and the person can choose kind of which ones they prefer. There's something else important to mention. Some of you have heard of IPAWS, Integrated Public Alert Warning System. That's ran by FEMA, and we had to go through an application process to get access to that. That's the emergency alert system. When you hear on the radio that noise, you know, we're interrupt this for we have access to send those. Which means if you're signed up, whether you're signed up or not, it'll push out to anyone that's driving through the area or in the area. So obviously we would want to use that for very important things, not for, you know, just general informational messages. But on that note, everyone has to realize that if you want to not be reached, you know, you can turn those things off in your phone. There's a setting. So you can turn off those alerts, and so I encourage people not to do that because we won't be able to reach them and let them know something important. So if you want to be invisible, it is possible. You know, if you don't tune into any local broadcasts, that emergency alert's not going to come over Netflix or, you know, something like that is one. And that's something that's more and more popular is people really may not be watching your local news stations that are integrated with the emergency alert system.
Do you know how many we have signed up now? I mean, the county's 50-something thousand. How many do we have signed up?
I believe I looked and there was about 24,000 phone numbers in there. And that's a combination of the landlines and the cell phones.
Okay.
So we're not there, but we definitely need more people to sign up.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, all these public events I go to.
Right.
And community events we go to, that's the first thing we start pushing out because they're commenting, hey, how do we get information on
Right.
disaster? But unfortunately, we give them the information, they still don't sign up. So I mean,
Right.
We push it as much as we can.
Right.
When you do these alerts, when you send out the alert, is it countywide or can you narrow it down per area?
You can do both.
Yeah, we've set alerts for low-lying areas.
Right.
In the Hurricane County.
Last time we sent something, it was, there was a fire with some, it wasn't releasing chemicals, but it was potential, so we drew a mile or two around it and informed people within that. You know, we'd rather over-notify people if it was real quick, but we also don't want someone, you know, on the west side of the county think that they're needing to take action when they're not. So we just have to be specific when we say what's going on. So as I mentioned before, this is a good way to as far as an informative, a non-emergency notification is during disasters or different emergencies, we can send out information to the public. We can also get feedback. Unlike our previous systems in years past, years ago when we first implemented this, the technology has gotten better. So if you send a text message, mass out, people can actually reply to that, and you can scroll down and see the replies, and then you can actually reply back just to that person, or you can reply back to everyone with an update. So it really is a useful tool. And on that same note, you can poll everyone. Let's say that we weren't sure, just an idea. We weren't sure how many people actually were without power. We weren't sure how many people were without water. We could actually poll. Press 1 if you need help or you are without XYZ. Press 2 if you're okay. We've used that for our steer registrants, the citizens that need help evacuating. Even when it wasn't an emergency, press 1 if you want to remain on our list. Press 2 if you don't need our help. Just to do a quick poll, and then that narrows down the number of voice calls we have to make. So if we get no response, then that list is much shorter. Then we can make a phone call and call those people. So we encourage, as far as who should sign up, of course, all residents, but even if they don't live here, business owners, because they spend a lot of time here, parents, caregivers, anyone who works and spends time in Chambers County, even if they don't live here. Of course, schools and churches, because we can get that information out very quickly. And even visitors who may frequent the area and spend a lot of time here, it'd be good to sign up and know. It's obviously free and easy to sign up. And then again, we have the little QR code. So this is also on our website, and we've shared it on Facebook, and the sheriff's office has helped us share it, and so we are has a presence on our official social media pages as well. And so here's something that we're working on. This was actually a project Jeffrey was working on, so I'll let him say a few words about it. I don't want to steal his thunder,
Thanks, Steve. Good morning. So with the LEPC, there was a grant opportunity that came out, and within that grant, we applied for a siren system, and we received funding to put in one siren. Sirens for notification, and it kind of started a long time ago. Ryan and Bruce Oliphant got some sirens in Mont Bellevue, the city limits, set up for because of the chemical industry and all that. And City of Baytown has some sirens as well. Well, my tenure in Mont Bellevue, we turned the sirens into a weather notification for tornado warnings. So what we did is within the platform of the system, you can geofence in a box, and the National Weather Service predicts a tornado warning that's going to go into that box. It would automatically set all the sirens off. So our thought process over there was a siren meant to go inside, seek shelter, tune into whatever platform to get the notification. So because LEPC is our industrial side of things, that we felt the siren would be a good fit. We did get that grant. So, and the LEPC approved the county to take ownership of that siren, and that siren is going to the Station 2 location of 2354. So we're in the process. I'm pretty sure today we got the invoice to pay them to start that process. So hopefully by the end of the year, or not the first of the year, we'll have that siren in place. And hopefully we can continue to build on the siren system. They have the ability for lightning detection capabilities, so as we grow our sports complex and we put something in there, it'll set off a lightning alert go off, it'll siren, let everybody that knows that are playing in the field say, hey, because I can promise you, my daughter plays softball, they're not always watching it, and it's always me like, hey, we got lightning 5 miles, we need to do something, because the last thing I want to do is see somebody get hurt out there. So I do think the sirens are a good thing, especially with the weather alerts, in the industrial side as well.
What's the range of the sirens?
So they say a mile.
That's Station 2 location, what's that approximately? Is that, I guess you're...
So there is a warehouse site that has some hazardous chemicals within it. So that was kind of why we picked that location to reach those neighborhoods. My goal would be next to go to the Beach City and then to the West Side Complex to start bridging that. Baytown has 2 sirens on the 146 corridor there at Pinehurst, and then just north between there and I-10. And so from there, we can start, we get all that kind of, build that out, because you have to own the property to put the siren in, and so that was kind of the reason Station 2, the county owns that property.
What's the range of the siren?
A mile. That's what they say they officially. So. And then we kind of put a map, for the LEPC group, we put a map together, and I did a mile radius. And Brad actually helped me do that with Jet, so we could show people, hey, kind of what that would cover. So they have a better understanding of approving, because that was the big question at LEPC, well, who's going to take ownership of the siren? You know, the city wanted it, Baytown wanted it, I wanted it, and I wouldn't vote for it. I wouldn't even make a motion, someone else, because I was a big, I think we need to start putting sirens in there, because the other problem is the city of Mont Belvieu and Baytown, they have Facebook, they have siren system, but that bleeds over into the county, those Facebook posts, and so we see a lot of, well, why don't we have sirens, why don't we, and so that was another argument, hey, let the county start trying to develop, with the work of LEPC, our industrial partners, in building out this system for us.
Our goal is to hopefully have one at every volunteer fire department.
That is my goal. That was my original quote that I turned into the grant, and so it was pretty high. I knew we weren't going to get that total amount, and then the LEPC grant only comes open like every other year, so. But I'm going to keep applying for it, and we may have to fight the other 2 jurisdictions. And we may have to get them one, and then it come back to us, or find additional funding to.
But once we have the backbone in place, which is what we're doing, it's
Yes.
a lot easier to add on if we find areas that need to be filled in.
What's the cost per system?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
It's about $50,000 for the siren.
That's what I'm saying, why can't we budget to sign 091 and get ahead and do it?
Yeah.
I mean.
With that that's
Emergency management stuff doesn't really qualify for health services technically.
So it goes to our volunteer fire departments. I mean.
So they're split. You can argue maybe if there's some health service related, like fire, they help with some EMS stuff, and then they have fires. Their funding is split between general and.
Yeah, no, I understand, it's all health related though, I mean, tornadoes, floods, all that, in my opinion. Hey, we'll stretch it.
We can discuss it at the budget committee meetings.
Fair. Question. Does the 50K include the base and the tower?
That's everything. That's the sign that takes care. It's not like a tower, and it's on like a regular wooden electrical pole.
So it includes the
everything.
supporting structure?
Yes, sir.
What about a generator, in case we?
It comes with batteries.
Okay.
So that'll be something that we will look at in the future, next year's budget of maintenance, and what that maintenance plan looks like, and start, because we will have to be, I did get a surprise after an individual left Mont Belvieu that, hey, your sirens are due for maintenance, and I'm like, I didn't know that. So, but we will, that's something that but they are batteries and it's going to be cellular, So cellular device is what causes it to activate.
So if something goes on, it'd be your department that alerts these sirens, or go to the sheriff's department? How would that work?
It would probably be a joint effort, just like we were working on the mass notification, a joint effort type deal. But I could I could set it off from my phone in Oklahoma. So when we had the tornado that came through last December, I was on vacation. I was in Oklahoma, and I could have hit the button right then and set it off and let if they'd been in place to let people know.
So what is the backup plan?
Me.
Like, you're in Oklahoma.
He can still do
Oh,
it.
there's-
from
there's
phone.
several.
Oh yeah. So there's several
The
of us.
National Weather Service is the one that kind of controls it.
So yeah, so if it's set up with the geofence, once the National Weather Service sends out that notification, it'll automatically set those sirens off.
Okay.
We won't have to do anything other than make sure it does its job.
I think that's something we need to go ahead and look at.
Well, after just listening to hours and hours of the Kerr County response, and so the only other question I would have as a citizen is, we encourage, because so many of the Kerr County, deaths were caused because they were not locals, they were visitors. So do we encourage like our RV, business owners or RV parks to like have, I think that's a good public relations thing that we can market to those specific people, especially if they're long-term RVers.
Correct. Yes. So I'm a bit like Chief said a while ago. The iPods gives us that capability of sending that notification. Unfortunately, as you probably saw on social media, individuals can turn that off, and so they can choose not to get that notification via iPods.
Right.
But that's something that I'm a big opponent on, working with our partners here to make sure that they know about the system, to sign up for it, and push that out. They probably have a newsletter that they could send out to their little areas to make sure they're signed up.
So if something like that happened, kind of like the tornado that came through here a while back, if the sirens sound, would that trigger us sending the chamber warning at the same time?
Yes, sir. Because so you'll get notification. Like I would, once we get it set up, I'd get notification that siren went off, and so we have things in place to say in the middle of the night if something's going on and I'm asleep and I'm like a tornado just out of nowhere, just warning pops up. Well, there's things in place for people to contact me or the on-call fire. We have an on-call list of fire marshals to call that person to let them know, hey, this is what's going on, or a rain event turned into now a flooding event. There are things in place now that are the trigger to make sure that somebody is waking me up or Ryan up and said, hey, so we can start sending those notifications.
So and also I think one of the things I realized during that whole conversation with Kerr County was the disconnect maybe from emergency management and the sheriff's office and the partners working together. So it just, I'm always brag and I'm so proud of how Chambers County and we work together and we're Team Chambers County. So just that the public understands that there are many communication lines when an event happens.
Right.
Yes.
Not just one.
Not just one.
We had a meeting with them last week, and we did some Chambers Warrants training, so all of our eggs aren't in one basket, they never have been. And that's one thing that's important to know, is there's always been several of us that can activate this system.
And the good news, bad news is we're experienced. Kerr County wasn't.
That's
Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I think what Heather was saying also is, which I know you guys do a good job of, and I wanna make sure that she's saying is to be more proactive on the RV park side and make sure we are going to the RV park management's office. At least the manager of the RV park or the on-site person gets that warning, and they can disperse it to residents, or at least put out a flyer and email to every single resident in the RV parks, because those aren't permanent residents. And maybe we need to be proactive on letting them know about Chambers warrants, and then also about these systems, and actually doing some community outreach, basically. And maybe y'all are already doing that, but I mean, there's a lot of RV parks that are existing and proposed that maybe we need to do some community outreach on.
Yeah, they could hand them
A flyer and say, scan this
When you
QR
check
code
in.
and send this out to every resident when they're paying their bills or whatnot.
Yes, sir. We can do that. We
Yeah,
make sure
I
that's
think it's a
going
great
on.
idea.
It is a good idea.
I do wanna add that when we do our like PR events and stuff, we actually had a banner made with the QR code. And most of the time, myself and Jeff and Ryan are there, and we will actually assist anybody who needs help signing up on the spot. So we are pushing it always.
I mean, I wanted
Well, and of course, and there's, I mean, we just have segments in our community that don't have cell phones or that have no idea when they look at that QR code what it even means. It's a black and white thing that infants use, you know.
And I know that whenever we do our public health events about steer, going to the churches and places like that, all, you know, whether it's in all parts of the county, they will take all their computers and sit and register people. Sometimes those people who may not get on social media, and so I know they do that, but I know there's a lot of us will and do it. The sheriff's office always doing what.
Right, because, you know, you constantly hear, well, I'm not on the Facebook.
Right.
Right.
Or the emails.
But no, I think our county, we do such a great job. I've been fortunate to be with Ryan for many years, and so it's just, you just should never stop thinking of new ways to get the message out.
So I put the QR code on the back of my business card. So not only can I give them my card to my contact office, it's on my QR code on the back of it. So I can flip it around and say, hey, all you gotta do is scan this card.
That's great.
So.
And there was a page in our new Chambers County magazine.
Right.
That was very well done, by the way.
And that might need to be a permanent page.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, yeah, what else?
That's it. So it was on Chambers warrants and the siren system. I guess the next topic is mine.
So, do you need any action on 10.1?
At this time, no, sir.
No?
No, this is just informational so that we could, if we did it during the public comment, we would be limited in interaction and questions.
Alright, so no action on 10.1, 10.4, discuss the City of Chambers County National Incident Management Systems Training Implementation Plan.
So this is just a kind of a document. Judge, after Barrow, we had our after action review. You asked for us to sit down and go over 214, the daily logs with all our staff, and so we had done that. Some of the discussion out of that was about who needs what training and stuff like that. And so we kind of we put this together. I think it's a pretty good, solid plan. Not only something to reference. So I keep telling everybody now. Because of Kerr County, and it's just not because of Kerr, but that's the spotlight right now. And they're going to be held accountable to their plan. And did they follow their plan? And so, not having a plan to me is just as bad as not following it. And so here we kind of listed out who needs to take what classes. I do know that TDM they're working on some things. They even did so much as requiring school PIOs to have a certain class, and so I had an ISD official reach out to me and said, hey, we have to have this PIO training, can you help us find out what this is? And so I sent an email to our county CLO who forwarded it up, and the response back down was, we don't know exactly what course this is going to be, but as soon as we figure out what that mandate out of legislative was, we would let y'all know in what class it's going to count towards it. So there may be some changes, and that's why there's a record page of, hey, what we changed to the process, but I think it's a solid plan for everybody for us to follow here at the county.
You do need action on this.
I do. I'd like for y'all to approve
So
this.
moved, Judge.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Got anything else?
Thank you,
I don't-
Jeffrey.
We'll come up here, let's get a picture of CM guys.
I'm gonna turn this off here.
I'm gonna present y'all with your certifications.
Oh, yeah, is it on that?
You don't play like you.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Which hand am I supposed to tuck it in the plumber? Yeah.
Like, shoot.
Congratulations.
Good job, Jeff.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
If we do what we can.
Thank you, Ryan. I know you do. I know it's a challenge for you.
Sorry, Your Honor.
John, is John right there?
Yes, yeah, I'll turn the mic on. There you go.
All right, 12.1, discuss, consider approving golf now for the new point of sale system at the Chambers County Golf Course. John.
Yeah, I just want to put this on, before we go live with this on September 8th. Been in touch with Nikki's office, Aaron's office, Chris and George's help. It's just a program that we're gonna, that we're using 2 times for now. It's helped them a lot. But this will be our new POS system, point of sale system. Again, we talked to Nikki's office, so we're making sure that our data reports are correct. So it'll just be a lot easier for us.
Cleans things up, doesn't
With
it?
inventory, everything will be online now in one spot. Right now, it's everywhere.
So moved, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Todd, second by Commissioner Gore. Questions?
No fiscal note. Is that right, John? No cost to the county?
No cost to the county. All we do is give them 2 times.
Thank you.
So no cost at all.
Perfect, yeah. All right, those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Terry Brown's here. Go to 1.4, discuss, consider Texas Associated Counties Health and Employee Benefits Pool renewal for 2026. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Judge, Court.
Morning,
See
Terry.
everybody, good to be here, especially under such good circumstances today. I know that you got the renewal that we sent that was provided by TAC a few weeks ago. Great result, as you can see. The pool has done very well for us. We kind of cleaned up claims a little bit for some reason. This year, we're running about 85% on the medical. I sent you a little report on that as well. Now, the dental is running a little bit high, 98% on that one. So we're gonna get a little bump in the dental, but on the medical, the big part of this, only a 2.7% increase in the medical plan for the year. The adjustment on the dental is 11.7, nothing on the vision and nothing on the long-term disability for the program. So this is a great result for us this year. You may have even seen in the Chronicle over the weekend that they're predicting a 35% increase in marketplace plans, which is the Affordable Care Act, which is mainly the individual products. But even in the group market, larger group, you're going to see they're anticipating 7 to 12% on that. The ACA has really driven costs up. It's really been a misnomer as to what it was named. We've seen rates, as you all know, triple or quadruple since this was passed. But being in the pool, a nearly 30-year-old pool now with TAC and the 50,000 employees that are counted under the county program, this is a great result for us this year. And I'm going to recommend, of course, that we accept that renewal. This is no changes in the plan. That option is always available to you. I sent you a couple of options that are available. You can increase the deductible slightly. You could reduce that 2.7%. But you all have not really been interested in doing that for the last several years. So this is the same benefit plan that we've had for many years with the county employees, and I'm sure they'll appreciate maintaining benefits as they have been for many years. So I'm going to recommend that we go ahead and do this. Any questions about it?
Yeah, and of course, the new amount retiree pays.
That's something that you all figure based on what your contribution is. That's done, Lauren does that internally, HR. You take what the rates are and you subtract what you are contributing, and that's filled out by HR to send to the tax.
Just for the employee, the amount's $1,543.54.
So that is based on your own contribution, what your internal numbers are.
All right, questions? Entertain a motion?
So moved, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Tice, second by Commissioner Hammond. There are no questions, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Terry Brown.
Thank you for your service, Terry.
That's what I appreciate. I had to make a little detour today, I wasn't anticipating it. And they're gonna throw that building there.
You hadn't seen that the other
Don't
day.
turn around.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, I think we're down to consent. Precinct 4.
None, sir. None, Judge.
3.
None.
2.
None.
1.
Don't do it, Jake.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice. Hearing no questions, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. It is 10:41 a.m. We're going to executive session.
Right, take over.
Personnel issues, sale, purchase of real property, FMLA extension, consultation with attorney at 10:41 a.m. All right, call come to order after executive session, it's 12:17 PM. Entertain a motion on the waterfront expansion property.
Yeah, Judge, motion to approve the contract for Project Waterfront Expansion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any questions, comments? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. No further come before the court. At 12:17, we are adjourned.